Hello, people. Today I have with us the Remote Attack Battle Base Info Tactician, Lirly Bell. If you notice, Remote Attack Battle Base Information Tactician is an acronym for Rabbit, and this is from the Cyber Forest number 2 Fantasy Girls line from Nuke Matrix. So she is the Rabbit Tactician here. There's a lot to go into. I think there's a lot to show you, but I'm going to just go into it. There are way too many options for this part of this kit, honestly. A lot to cover, so diving in is just going to be the best bet. The articulation on this one is top tier. I think I can show you some of it. I can't show you the waist because I messed up the cables that go inside it. I did 2 of the Fox, which is the CF01, and I ended up doing just fine with those, but with this one, for some reason, I didn't do it very well. And I will show you how that happened in a little bit. But for now, let's go ahead and show you guys some of the stuff that this comes with. So, of course, we start at the head. The articulation on this one is very, very nice. You have a ball joint inside the neck, so you get a nice wibble there. There are ball joints inside the hair, so you can turn that any direction that you'd like. And they are split peg here so that you can actually turn it up and down, like so. Lots of different directions you can go in with that. The shoulder is articulated. It also comes in white if you wanted to use white there. To typify that that's armored up. And that will be important later on. I will show you why. The ball joint inside the arm plugs into that shoulder joint, which I showed you right now. There is a elbow motion right here. Not elbow. Upper arm rotation there. 2 points of articulation on the elbow, which gets you, like I said, a very nice bend. Very, very close bend. And then the standard wrist type connection, which is the pins inside the body and on the hand, which are articulated. We're going to skip over the waist for right now. We'll go down to the bottom. There is a T-post inside here, which goes inside the bottom of the torso. You can move that up and down. And like I said, I'm not going to do too much of that right now. That is because this one is a little bit sensitive right now. I will show you again later. The section inside here is on a separate post inside the thigh. It doesn't really drop down very much, but you can see that there is some. If you watch this little piece of triangle right here, you can see that you can actually move it some more outward. But like I said, it doesn't do very much, but that will help you to get a wider stance if you need it. There's a rotation point right here, so you can turn that leg any direction you'd like. And then some very fancy work inside this knee. You can see that that part there slides down here like a real grade Gundam would. Some of the high grade Gundams. There are 2 points of articulation in the knee so that you get a really nice far-reaching bend here. And then there is a piston here as well that articulates. So you can see here, all this stuff is moving at the same time. It is quite a fantastically detailed unit. It's almost a shame that this is the unarmored form and that I have to show you the other one. There is a simple peg that goes into the leg here, and that does rotate at the foot here. This also moves up and down, just like you normally see in these girls. This one can articulate as well, but it isn't exactly meant to. Just like so. Okay, now we're going to go back to this torso here. And like I said, I did have some trouble with those cables. Do you see in there, there are 2 cables that go through those tubes. Those wires are actual wires. It loops up from the top, around the bottom, and then back up to the top. So the ball joint actually connects up to the top here. The cable holds those spinal columns together. And that is why there's an issue, because the cables up here got loose. And so it allows her to have a little bit more flex than she's supposed to. And it basically enables her to fall apart. It's unfortunate, but that's what happened. I will fix it, and it's not a big deal, but it's something that happens. Make sure you get those cables real nice and tight and tuck them into the top of that section inside there, that silver section with the pink on it. And I would say glue it. That would probably be the best bet. So that's nice and tight in there. With the armor section off of this section, you can see that her torso is very, very bare, but they also have an option to put a clear piece in here. So you take out some of the filler that they put in here, cover that section there, and that would give her a sturdier look. And if you mess up that spinal column there, this will hold it together. I didn't do that because I didn't know that I messed that up until I started reviewing this. That said, there are more options on the body armor here. I'm going to go ahead and put them on in just a second, but first I want to do a size comparison. So before I do the size comparison, I did want to show off the faces that she comes with. You see the one that's on her right now. There is the winking face. There is, let's see if I can do that. There is a blushing face. And last but not least, an angry, aggressive face. I haven't opened those yet, but I will eventually. The pre-order bonus for this one was a set of colored sprues. Fox also came with 2 different colored sprues. So the armor set here is in a light blue instead of the pink that you see there. And you can see that on the feet, they included blue, but they also included metallic silver here. So if you wanted to use a steel shoe, that you can do that as well. Okay, on to the size comparison. Here she is next to my high-grade Gundam. You can see her height is a little bit short for a girl kit, but it isn't terribly short. It is obviously bigger than the high-grade. Beside my Alto, the 30-minute missions kit. Just about the same height as the Jinrai from Frame Arms, 1/100 scale. Right around the same height as Architect is as well. I didn't expect her to be that tall. She didn't seem to be next to the Gundam, but there you have it. Here she is with the Megami Device Magical Girl, who's right on par with the 30-minute sisters. Here she is with the Hexagear Governor Nero, who just wanted to fall over right now. It's actually the first time I've had trouble with him standing right now. Here she is with the Master Grade Gundam, Alex. Very big boy as usual. So obviously I've fallen in love with this kit, but there is a lot more to her than what I just showed you right now. And by a lot more, I actually mean a lot more. Let's go ahead and armor her up, because that is something that she does. She actually has an armor set that goes on top of everything that you see here. And by on top of, I actually mean that you're switching out parts. But still, it is a really cool transition, and I hope you like it, because I know I do. Alright, and here she is in her armored mode. You can see that she gained some rabbit ears. She has some new armor for her arms, legs, and her torso is even different. Even if you look close enough, her chest is different. I can show you that one right here. There is the old one. There is the new one. Quite a lot changes when you put her armor on. There's also different options. Of course, you can still maintain the use of your bare spine. You can use that clear one that I showed you. You can also swap out the parts for, you'd see here I have the flesh tone and the white on the sides. You can use the white with the flesh tones on the sides, or you can do either combination. So it could be completely bare or completely white. Really cool way of differentiating your kit from everyone else's, or even just to play with dress up, you know. I dropped this little unit here. This is that little Mr. Carrot rocket. Very cool little set of 2 of these here that you come with. They also have option to make that one with this little radar dish looking thing. I think that's supposed to be like a thruster effect part coming off the back of it. Kind of weird, but if you look at this one, it has like the grassy top of one of your carrots. And then she also has the Rabbit May Bite, which is a cute little name for her weapon. That is her little pistol there. Has a really cool little effect part inside there to make it look like a clear canister of some sort. Not sure what this one does, but, you know, sci-fi guns are always big and over the top. I love them. She's very similarly built to the Fox unit. The shoulders, the back are different. The body is the same. The arms are the same. Most of the leg is the same, but they do have new sprues for each one of these. And there are a lot of cool things that you have in this that you didn't on the Fox. So unlike the unarmored form, they did differentiate this one from the other. So my opinion on this one is that it's a really cool look, but this isn't the last one. So let me go ahead and change out everything else that I can change out on her. I will finish up the review. All right, and here she is with all the accoutrements necessary for her long-range sighting. She is, like I said, a scout, so of course she is looking out for her, or an info tactician, not a scout. So she is looking out for her partner, which seems to be Fox. With these clear effect parts, it is really cool to see, like the screens, you know, those projection type screens, and those keyboard looking add-ons for her wrist. The really cool arm setup holds them perfectly, so it is pretty nice to see this this whole setup and how well it works. I think this is my favorite way to see her, with that projection screen out. Of course, I will be putting on the decals, and I will probably do a review again with her when that's complete. But you can see that really nice blue screen there. It looks incredible. And that leads me to introduce her little partner, which is this mecha here. He was incredibly easy to build, a little repetitious, but his little wheels, his little legs that are articulating, you know, really cool little guy. These move up and down, so you have a little bit there. These roll. I mean, you can tell I didn't clean those up, but very, very cool looking little guy here. Parts of his setup move in and out. He has a control here for the turret mode when Fox's gun is attached, which I'll show you when I review her later on. But he is such a cute little mech, and it is possible to sit her on it, you know, just like it's a chair. Obviously, it's going to be doing some spotting too. The stickers on here, they were a little messy. I didn't have a very good time sticking them on. That could have to do with the fact that they're stored outside here in my shed. It does get a little warm in this place. It is ventilated, but, you know, it still gets a little warm. So I wouldn't blame the sticker too much. They are very nice 3D stickers. You can see that it's a bump. The green one sticks on a little bit better than this one here, which I'm gonna just glue it eventually, but I want to get the color down first. We'll just stick it on there so it can stay on. It's supposed to go in there, but he is a really cool little dude. And like I said, there are points on his little mecha here that actually open up. I can do that. Not sure how I'm supposed to do it. Let's see. I know this one does. Let's see. What do I have here that I can open it with? Let's try this. I don't want to mess anything up. It's pretty nice. So this would be how you attach the railgun to this setup, but like I said, there is a little door in there. If you open this side up, it's basically the same thing. There we go. So there's nothing really in there, but it is something that you can do. And then the other thing that it can do is this drops down a hair so he can stand up just a little bit higher. Pretty cool little thing there to add on. Close that back up and reattach this too. Maybe I'm doing it upside down. There we go. So that is this little guy. It says security captain. So overall, I really think that this is a good model kit altogether, where you have everything all at once set up, and you have so many extra options, including those legs that I showed you, the arms that I showed you, the other color parts, the clear ones, the multiple torsos that you have options for. So you have the white, the tan, and the clear, as well as the exposed spine. So just a lot of things that you can go and play around with, as well as the weapons and everything else that I showed you. I would definitely pick this one up if you haven't. If it's one that's on your list at all, I would hastily pick it up. It's one that is well worth the money, no matter what I think you pay for it. If you can find it for cheap, even better, because it is a lot of kit. And these Nuke Matrix kits are really, really great. So I hope you do find one, and I hope you do get it. Lirly Bell is definitely a top-notch kit. But that is all that I have time for today. I will see you guys next time, or you'll see me, but more than likely, you'll see my stuff. Bye-bye.